These are what are known as polymetallic nodules, and I'm going to do a tutorial on these at some point because they're awesome. But for the time being, these are essentially potato-sized concretions that are scattered across the deep ocean floor, especially in areas like the Clarion-Clipperton zone of the Pacific Ocean. So these nodules are extremely rich in very valuable metals like manganese and nickel and cobalt and copper, all of which are critical for modern technologies such as electric vehicles, and batteries, and wind turbines, and electronics in general. Now, what makes these particularly significant is that they represent a concentrated surface accessible source of these metals without the need for traditional hard rock mining or digging, which is very often extremely exploitative, especially for things like cobalt in the DRC. Now, the potential impact on mining practices is actually profound because polymetallic nodules sit on or just below the sea floor, so they could theoretically just be collected using robots or dredging systems without blasting rock or removing massive volumes of overburden. So, this kind of mining without mines could reduce some of the environmental and social challenges that are actually associated with land based extraction. And this is going to be things like deforestation, habitat destruction, and human displacement. However, it's not without controversy because deep sea ecosystems are incredibly slow growing and delicate, and harvesting nodules could also disrupt habitats, and that might take centuries or even millennia to recover, if at all. So there's also concern about sediment plumes and noise pollution affecting marine life. Still, if technologies evolve to harvest these nodules sustainably, it could completely reshape the global supply chain for critical metals, potentially reducing the geopolitical and environmental pressures on land based mining whilst tapping into a resource that's been largely untouched until this point.